Hey, what's up? Back at the shop here with Black Betty, recapping the race from last weekend at Okeechobee. Forgot to grab her tickets. Car was running pretty decent. Remember, she's having trouble, and it's this controller. It has endpoints but no steering speed, so we're getting her a better controller. But car's running a little slower than what I was used to seeing, and she's tuning herself, so I'm trying not to pry too much. But I do put tune-ups in it when she needs or any questions. And when I come to see it, when I get it back here, looks like she got a rock in there or something. It was making all kinds of noise when I spun the tires. Really chewed up. So I'm thinking that's why it was down to 58 miles an hour, running in the mid-30s instead of low 30s, high 20s. She had to run Jaime in the first round. I think you guys saw she had him on the tree and was out on him. But she had hit the cones at the end, so he moved on. This is the controller she's been using. I think we're going to get her a 4PX. I think that's the lowest one we can get that will have steering speed for her, because you don't need throttle speed or any of that when you got a DRK. So, yeah, she'll be back. Betty's in the house for sure. It's really cool meeting you guys. Met Anthony up there, one of the guys in the channel. Hooked him up with one of my trannies. And really good people, man. They were shocked. I think the RC guys are a little shocked how the drag racers are. We just give you the shirt off our back even if you just beat us. It's family out there. So the RC guys are kind of shocked. Be back with my car 1 minute. All right, guys, here back with the Camaro. Had a good outing. My first time ever prepping at a race. My second time prepping ever. My original intention was to run these, the Drag Race Concepts Axis rear tires, which I did test on them. But Juan from Drag Race Concepts was very nice again to loan me a blue set of Voodoos and some prep. So that was way cool of him. So I was able to at least have a chance. Because if you ain't prepping nowadays and got Voodoos, you're not going to go fast enough even at a local race to win. So I unloaded with my A to B tune-up right back from the last time we borrowed them. Turned it up a little bit more, just down low. A little bit out the back. I don't know where that came from. Picked up 1/4 mile an hour, but it just stayed there. Made about 15 test runs. Stayed in the 07, 06, 05 range. I lost one ticket, sorry guys. So I sat down and waited a while and was just contemplating on if I should add power to it. And I'm thinking most of the people there running in that range, you know, Joyner's gonna be in the 1.9s no matter what, every pass. And he ain't giving nothing back on the tree. So I can't go that fast yet. So got up the first round, I got Vernon Dean, one of the fast guys down here too. I mean, everyone here is in the South is fast. I can't wait for the January race for this state to represent. So, got him a little bit on the tree, 6 me footed by 2 thou. And I think he hit the center cone because he usually runs better than a 147. It would have looked like it had been a good race, so I lifted when he crossed, went at 210 at 67. The second round, I got Jaime Jr., the same guy my wife got. That young man, and we both had real shitty lights. His car's a little slower than mine, but I got lucky. I noticed as the day went on, the track was getting slicker and slicker. I don't know if the tires I'm borrowing are going away. You know, there's a lot of variables not in my control because I'm not purchasing them, I'm borrowing them. So this is just something I'm noticing, so I was starting to turn my car down. But luckily for me, he stripped the spur gear. He'd have waxed my butt. So I got lucky in the second round. Third round, I ended up drawing Lewis, who ended up running up against Joyner. Lewis went a 199. I think Joyner went a 192, 196, 5. I don't know if that's the first ever side-by-side 1.9s. I doubt it. But the local guys here are fast. So back to this. So I got on this tire, which I showed you guys in the video, that it's much bigger, taller and wider than a Voodoo. Let's see what it looks like compared to a reaction time. Standard rim, standard rim. Let's see what we got here. I haven't done that yet. Looks about the same height. Let's see the width. Yeah, it stays about the same. It's got a flatter contact patch than the reaction. Action's on this side. You can see daylight. But I'll tell you what, this tire is better than a reaction. It's not as good as a Voodoo, but it's definitely better than a reaction. I only made 2 hits on it with the same tune-up. I went 05, 06. You see it lost mile an hour? I think it's because it was much taller than the Voodoo, which the car was geared for. Went a 215. First hit went a 410. I don't have a mid number. I don't know if it was out. And I made another hit. This is after the race, after I got eliminated. Pretty much nobody there, getting ready to leave. Went a 405. A little bit better. Second hit. Lost a little mile an hour. But same, 215, 215. As you can see, the mid's way off. I went a 138 or 37 earlier, 145. But that's only 2 hits on the tire. I'm learning the sauce stuff, so we'll see how it goes. And I'll tell you, with the taller tire, it wasn't leaving as good because this wheelie bar was higher. And I know you guys are like saying adjust the wheelie bar, just lower it, get your setup back to where it is. But I'm actually going to lower the rear ride height. And I didn't want to mess with the preload. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, dude, I was tired. So that's another session. And these are what I'll be running. I mean, with the prep, it looks like they're going to last forever. The Voodoos, I guess, are lasting forever. So I don't know. I'm like, those are being borrowed, so I can't tell you how many passes are on them or anything. So I'm just telling you, I only have 2 hits on these, and they're already faster than reactions. I mean, reactions don't even accept prep. I can't get, I can go a teen on reactions, but not with the power level I had set to this. I believe when I get my chassis set up right, meaning I just lower the rear ride height because the tire's taller, and the bars, it's hitting and skipping, and the tire's slipping and gripping. So that's that. That's the recap. I think we're going to go more than 99.999%. We're going to the RC Darrell. That's where I started. If you guys know, if you go back in the archives, that's where I started. So since we're all doing prep, I might as well go to a prep track and chase that Joyner guy and see if we can't get up on him and try and just get a W against him. It's going to be tough. He gives nothing back on the tree. He's the man to beat down here. Can't wait till January. I hope all you guys come down here across the country. It's going to be awesome. Have a great day, everybody. Hey guys, real quick, one last thing. I got these about a month ago. Been using them on the RCRI chassis car. The Axis fronts belted. Really like them. It affects, your type of driving style. Some people like the thin DEs so that the car will, the front tires will push and slide. Kind of like what's on my Camaro. These are the Hoosiers. And they'll tend to let the car push across the track, where these are going to steer. And if you notice on the big end, I had input in the car and she was just kissing the wall. And I'm not the best driver, I'm not going to admit. My wife's even a better driver than me. She never lives. I like these tires. I just want to let you guys know. I think they're a really good front tire. They're really not expensive, and you can get them. While I'm here, I want to show you something. When I first did this car, I had the front springs all the way around, so I took these off because the car was pinned down. I mean, you couldn't compress the front. So it's not changing anything about how it works, but what I'm messing with is the front air. I made the front end, it doesn't extend anymore, droop, but it's called extension. But I took the heavy springs off, so it's not like a brick up here. So it still drives the same, but when the wind and the downforce on the front, if you heard on the big end, a couple of the times as I was adjusting the springs, you would hear the nose start to scrape. So I'm letting the air push on the spring, not adjusting the body, just letting the air adjust the spring. You know what I mean? So as it goes down the track, the more fast you go, the more downforce the body you create, which I'm very happy that I'm like the only guy out there without a Corvette. Like got a Camaro. It's like I'm so happy about. I can get down with that and show people that it's not just a vet or a huge wing. And so that way it'll give the car more of the rake. That'll give overall downforce. But it's just something I'm trying. It seemed to be working really well. I have a feeling the reason why when I lost a mile an hour, like I said in the other videos, the gearing was wrong for that taller tire. I got to drop a tooth. There's a 16. I put a 15 in there. I guarantee she'll go right back to 173, almost 170, excuse me, 73, 74. Get confused with my old car. Sorry, guys. Again, have a great day.